Hawks lose 5-4 to the Islanders in a high-scoring game, just like we all predicted. The CHGO Blackhawks postgame show is next. Welcome into the CHGO Blackhawks post-game show. I'm Jay Zawoski with Greg Boyson and Mario Tirabassi. Nate's here running the show as usual. Hawks lose 5-4 to the New York Islanders. They get goals from Connor Bedard, TJ Brody, and a pair from Tyler Bertuzzi scored exactly 1 minute apart at the end of the third period. This was a game we did not expect a lot of goals. It ended up with a lot of goals. And while it was frustrating for a while, having trouble mustering a lot of real anger or frustration after this one. I'm not angry, I'm disappointed.
Yeah, it's frustrating that you kind of in a punches and bunches style of scoring burst by the Islanders. That's what gets away from you. And to have a 3 goals in 2 minutes and 19 seconds span happen against a team like the Islanders, it kind of stinks because they're a team that can't really score a lot of goals, especially when they're banged up and everything like they are. So to kind of have that all just like go against you all in one, small stretch of the game, it really stinks. But good for the team to not just pack it up when you're down 5-1 and just be like, boy, that really sucks. You feel bad for yourself. Like you're able to keep with it, keep fighting back. Too little, too late, obviously, but it's good that it wasn't just a, hang your head and, get ready, look for the exit door situation there. Like they fought back, which was good to see.
Sure, I guess so.
I mean, it's still a loss. Yeah, still stinks.
Like giving up 3 goals in 2 minutes to the worst third period team in the history of the world. Not ideal. You climb back in. You made it interesting at the end. Our Who's Your Hawks scoreboard will actually have points on it for a change, which is nice. It's just all the talk about new systems and all this stuff. It's the same old team. It's still the same crap. It's still a team that mentally checks out for short stretches of time and it kills them. That was a problem under Luke Richardson. It was a problem tonight. It's a team that lost its structure for large portions of the game. It's what they did under Luke Richardson. It's what they did tonight.
Yeah.
So all this talk about the new system, which is great, it's going to lead into the team being fun bad instead of unwatchable bad. It's still the same roster that makes untimely mistakes and just mentally checks out for long stretches of time. That's unacceptable.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that. All right, do us a favor before we continue. Hit that like button for us. We got a lot of people watching, not a lot of people liking. Get in that habit. As soon as you hit that link to start watching the show, the next thing you should do is click that like button, and that's assuming you've already hit that subscribe button. We would appreciate that big time, too. If you're catching up on the podcast, thank you. Follow, subscribe, whatever your favorite app calls for. And if you got some time and kindness in your heart this holiday season, leave us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. That would go a long way. Greg, everything you said is absolutely correct, right? You had structural breakdowns, you had mental lapses, you had some great.
Can't clear the puck out of the zone and it ends up in your own net. I mean, this is nothing new.
Well, I'm willing to give it a little more grace tonight because they are 3 games into a new coach, 3 games and 2 practices into a new system. And Ben Pope pointed out in the first period where you can sort of see guys where they have learned, Luke Richardson's system had been ingrained in them for 25 games, 24 games, whatever it was. And you're seeing that adjustment happen in real time.
And that's fine.
Yeah.
That's all. But it's the same mental breakdowns.
Right.
Like that has nothing to do with system. The not clearing the puck out of zone, that's not a system thing.
Right.
It's just not being strong enough on the puck to get it out of the zone.
Yeah.
A couple of those goals were completely avoidable. And I don't want to be worried about Arvid Soderblom, but this would be the worst possible time for him to start reverting back to. I'm not saying it's happening.
Yeah, it's
but it just that wasn't.
Hey,
great
Drew
tonight.
Comezzo has a 100% save percentage. All right,
Hall
don't
of
worry
Famer.
about it.
Hall of
Don't worry
Famer.
about
Yeah.
it. All right,
boy,
He's
Drew
fine.
Comezzo looked nervous as hell. I was watching him every time the Islanders had the puck in the zone, and he just looked like he's looking around. I mean, every goal he does it, but he just looked really.
I mean, when you're coming in after your team just gave up 3 goals
and having no expectation of going in that game.
Yeah,
And yes, 4 goals is great. Blackhawks barely have ever done that this season, scoring 4 goals. Connor Bedard, awesome game. What you wanted to see from him.
That goal was unreal.
Very
nice. Great positive stuff. Scoring 4 goals against the New York Islanders should get you a win.
Right.
That's why it's like, yes, there's a lot more positive to come out of this loss than other losses we've had to watch. But it's, again, all I'm saying is, they're still got a lot of the same problems. Hopefully they finally figure out how to stop checking out mentally for, 6 minutes a game where it was, where they give up 3 goals.
Yeah.
So, that's where I'm at. I'm not trying to be like, oh my God, whatever. I don't want to take anything positive out of this game. Oh, Connor Bedard looked like the Connor Bedard you drafted first overall tonight. That's the most important takeaway from this game.
Yeah.
That power play goal he had in the first period was the F-U, I'm Connor Bedard and I'm scoring here.
that was a beauty.
He basically said that too.
Yeah.
And then told Darren Pang he sucks too in the intermission.
He told all 9 fans that were there.
Right after DX crotch chopping his way back to the locker room. Yeah.
So, yes, that's the biggest takeaway from this game, and that's a huge development, as they like to say. That's big, that Connor Bedard is starting to get his swagger and confidence back and look like Connor Bedard again. It's just frustrating because
it was right there.
It seems that every time this season the Hawks have a chance to build off some momentum and get a streak going and play 2 good games back to back, they just don't.
Yeah.
They just don't. I want to see them build some games together. Like they had that road trip where they went 3-2 and probably should have had better results than that. And then they had that stretch where they got points in 3 straight against Dallas, Minnesota, and Florida, which is like, oh wow, maybe this is where they start to build things. Nope. 2 weeks later, the coach is fired.
That's what Kyle Davidson thought.
Right.
And that's, if we all remember, that's when he talked to Ben Pope, basically, right? It was right then.
Yeah, beginning of November.
And he said firing Luke's not really on the radar. He said it at the press conference after firing him. He felt like that was the moment things were going to turn and everything went to crap again. Mm-hmm. And that's when he had to move on from Luke. So, yeah, I mean, look, overall, save for the 2 minute and 19 seconds of the Hawks checking out, journeying to another dimension for some reason, they were pretty good in this game. I mean, they had a significant shot advantage, 30-21, including 14-7 in the third period. They won the possession battle. Let's see, last check. They had a 56% at 5-on-5 possession advantage.
That was the final. Yeah, 56.3.
8-3 high danger scoring chances for and against. So yeah, the system is working. And what PD told us yesterday, and if you missed that, please go watch it. PD breaks it down like nobody else. So what your trade in offense for the system, you sacrifice in defense. But like you said, the things that happened defensively in this game were not a result of the system. It wasn't like it created a rush going the other way. It was, again, like you said, Greg, not clearing the puck out. Kevin Korchinski and Pat Maroon kind of getting mixed up on who's covering who. Those sort of things happen. And let's be honest, there was a soft goal or two in this game on Soderblom.
There was at least one where
the Dobson one was
you'd
bad.
Say that one should come back. Yeah, at least one.
Yeah, the second goal, you can't blame Soderblom because he had no idea that the shot was even off. Like
that screened one.
Yeah.
He's moving to the right, thinking, well, there's two guys right here. If the shot gets to them, it's going to get blocked. So I'm going to try and protect the side of the net that's exposed that maybe a shot's going to, and it just finds its way through. So that's a tough one when you can't see the puck. You're just kind of guessing where you think it's going to go. And yeah, I mean, the 3 goals in that quick 2 minute and change span, none of them were odd man rushes off a chance. They were all happened, around the net, and one's a bang bang play, one's through the 5-hole that Soderblom you'd like to see a save. Like, so it's not necessarily like the system broke down where it's just like, that's a product of the way that they're playing. It's just it's a product of like just kind of how this season has gone. And like you're saying, like, it is still the same 20 plus guys on this roster that are still trying to, they've got to figure out this new system, and they've shown stretches where, even under Richardson, where they were able to like put together a collective effort in a good game. But like you said, like, they haven't strung it together, and from game to game, sometimes from period to period, it's hard for them to string things together. I think, we're seeing like these bits and pieces of like good games. Like, you'd like to see the back half of this third period, the fight and the simplicity of how to get back into the game. You'd like to see that when you're down 2-1, not 5-1.
Right.
And it's just tough. It's tough to do, and you're at the point of the season where you kind of, this team is who they are. They're now playing a different way, so maybe that might, for the rest of the 50 plus games that they have, make some changes. But I think you're getting to a point now where, give it a few more games under Sorensen to see, what this team looks like after 4, 5, 6 games under his system. And if it's all the same, then you're at a point where you're just like, you are picking and choosing what are the positives out of this, because the results aren't going to be there.
All right, before we hit the break zone, we got to tell you about the 3 stars and then the 4-star of the game. 3rd star, Tyler Bertuzzi with 2 shots on goal. 2 goals and 5 shots on goal. JP Peugeot with 3 secondary assists. And Simon Holmstrom, the number 1 star, with a goal and 2 assists for the Islanders. So we have 2 nominees for 4-star today. Pretty clear. I think it's safe to assume Connor Bedard is going to run away with it. He had a goal. He had 2 assists. And he had, what did he end up with shot-wise? 4 shots and 8 shot attempts.
He took away 1. He had 5 in the second period, and then the third period they brought it down to 4. So they took away a goal. But that's the kind of line you want to see.
Yep.
Even without the points, you want to see 4 shots on goal, 8 shot attempts. He even had a takeaway. No, he had a block shot. Only 1 giveaway. So, and a +2 on the night.
Yeah.
That is a rarity.
Yes.
That's good. Especially in a game where they gave up 5. I mean, usually when the Hawks give up 5, Bedard's at -4.
Usually.
Yeah, definitely. The other option is Alex Vlasic, 2 assists, played 25-23 in this one. So, as they said, we'll replace Seth Jones by committee. No, we won't. It's going to be Alex Vlasic.
It's going to be Alex Vlasic.
He's going to do it himself.
It's going to be fun when they're both out there. So they could keep, they get two pairs of guys that
nice.
that you can play 22, 23 minutes. Give Connor Murphy a break.
Connor Murphy played 20-40. You want to guess who was 3rd in ice time among defensemen in this game?
TJ Brody?
It was Kevin Korchinski, 17:52. Did have 33 seconds of power play time, but not a huge deal. 17-19 at even strength. That's more than Connor Murphy. 17-13 at even strength for Murphy. 327 shorthanded for
first goal as a Blackhawk tonight.
Yep. So
good.
Yeah. some encouraging things despite the loss. All right, we got to hit the break zone. Again, if you've not hit the like button yet, please do that for us. We'd appreciate that. We'll hit some of your super chats coming up next on the CHGO Blackhawks podcast.
For the best way to end 2024, head into Ray Chrysler Dodge Jeep and
Ram.
I
haven't said that in a long time.
I know, it's been a while.
I haven't
Welcome
been
back.
rammed in a while.
Haven't rammed in a long time.
Sounds like a personal problem.
It is.
And wrap up the year sales event to score some of the year's best savings on new vehicles before the clock strikes 2025. Hurry in the Ray Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram to browse their large inventory of new vehicles. And right now, celebrate the end of 2024 with $24,000 off MSRP on select new vehicles.
That's almost
with
free.
a dealer discount, or shop over 125 vehicles priced under $20,000. Let the amazing team at Ray Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram help you during each step of your car shopping journey. With Ray's Price Promise, the numbers you're hearing now are the same prices that you will see when you shop in-store and online. That's because Ray's Price Promise means no price changing, no add-ons, and no hitting fees, no shenanigans. Since they prioritize affordability for their customers, hurry in the Ray Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram today and shop one of Chicago's largest inventories, then drive home with more money in your pocket than you'd expect. So if you're in the market for a new vehicle, you have to check out the team at Ray Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram, because they're the only team we recommend. Visit them today on Route 12 in Fox Lake. For more information, visit raycdjr.com. Serving the community since 1963.
Ooh, almost nice.
Ram.
Hey, we all love the holidays, right? But with how busy they are, we're always looking for ways to stress less. And HelloFresh helps make mealtime manageable, saving you from searching for recipes or all that grocery shopping. Just pick your meals and everything you need is delivered right to your door. Every HelloFresh recipe includes high-quality, sustainably sourced ingredients like produce that comes straight from the farm. And here's what I like about HelloFresh. First of all, the food's really good. Second of all, it makes me feel like I know how to cook. Look at what I did. I followed these instructions to a T. Everything was portioned. It's idiot-proof.
I threw everything that was in the bag in the pot.
Yes, I did.
Good.
Yes, I did everything it said to do. And look at how good of a meal I made. It's awesome. And then cleanup's super easy. It comes in that brown paper bag. As you use it, you throw it in that bag. Easy cleanup. It's awesome. If you've never tried HelloFresh, you got to. It's great. Get 10 free meals at HelloFresh.com/free Blackhawks. That's applied across 7 boxes, and it's for new subscribers only and varies by plan. But 10 free HelloFresh meals. Just go to HelloFresh.com/free Blackhawks. It's great stuff. HelloFresh, America's #1 meal kit. And Charlie says it's like chili. Yes, when I have Charlie's chili recipe, I just follow the recipe to what Charlie said, and it turns out to be excellent.
How do I get Charlie's chili recipe?
You got to order bacon.
I've done that.
Well, ask him, or I can just text it to you because I have it.
Okay.
Would you like the full or the halved? I have it in both. Because the full order makes like 3 gallons, and it's just me eating it.
That's plenty of
That's a
chili.
lot of chili.
So I cut Charlie's recipe in half. I got to tell you, though, the key to Charlie's chili is the ground bacon. You got to get some ground bacon from Charlie.
I have to, Charlie, I know you're in the chat. You'll be hearing from me. I'm out of bacon, and I don't like that, so I will be placing an order shortly.
Never
Well,
wanna be out.
Charlie, everything's available right now. He's got everything is available.
Not after I order.
Now Greg's selling them. By the way, before we get to super chats here, Andrew Gross, who covers the Islanders for Newsday and is the NHL writer who looks most similar to Mick Foley, says an angry Patrick Waugh blasts the Isles for how they ended the game. Says if he had been playing, he would have broken a stick, but Ilya Sorokin is a, quote, gentleman.
And demanded to be traded.
The Islanders, quote, stopped competing in front of our own net, said the team didn't show respect to Sorokin. So that's Patrick Waugh after this game. So unhappy.
Good. No one's happy after this game.
Exactly.
Everybody's mad.
Everyone's pissed. All right, super chats. McLovin, $5, says, what do we think about the Piggies losing record? A few blowouts, too, since Anders' call-up. Is our future going to dip with our master developer here?
Yeah.
Rebuild's over.
Panic.
It's 3 games.
It's all bad.
It's 3 games.
Start
with
over.
A guy that's never coached before. head coach at that level. So you're going to have to give him some time.
You also have a defensive group with 3 guys who are, or 4 guys who are either on AHL contracts or are teenagers.
Right. You have Korchinski and Crevier up here. That hurts the blue line. You have Drew Comezzo up here. So your goalies are Mitchell Weeks and Ben Goudreau.
Yep.
And the last 3 games they've played have been against a lot of veteran-laden AHL teams who most nights will kick the crap out of teams full of 20-year-olds playing in their first professional season.
Yeah.
I wouldn't worry too much about it. It's sure. Would you like them to be a little, have more than 1 goal over their last 3 games? Absolutely.
Ideally, yes.
Is it time to be like, well, maybe we shouldn't have hired Anders Sorensen? And listen, if it continues to be bad, I guarantee you they'll take Mark Eaton out of that position and bring in somebody else.
Well, Mark will do it himself.
Yeah, they'll put him back.
Yeah,
They'll put him back into.
I don't know what I'm
role.
doing.
This isn't working. This is hurting the development. I'm in charge of development. I should probably step back because if these guys don't develop, I get fired.
Well, someone mentioned you could, if you wanted to, swap Derek King and Mark Eaton and have Derek King go back and lead Rock. He did a pretty decent job down there.
Sure, Derek King
now that's
would love
3
that.
coaches in 2 weeks or whatever for the IceHogs, which isn't great, but
too bad the Penguins won 9-2 tonight. It would have been great if the Penguins lost 9-2 because then they could have fired Mike Sullivan and the Hawks.
Well, guess who they beat? Canadians. So they could fire Martin St. Louis.
What do you mean? He played.
I don't care that he's small and got giant legs like Connor Bedard.
Well, what they should do is when Montreal fires Martin St. Louis, they should hire him as GM because he played, and he obviously is a better GM than someone who didn't play.
Luke Richardson going back to Montreal. You heard it here first.
Maybe.
Oh, that'd be interesting.
No, I don't know. I don't care. I don't care what Montreal does. But if it was the other way around, and then the Penguins fired Mike Sullivan, the Blackhawks could hire Mike Sullivan and put Anders back in Rockford.
Sure.
And then everything is solved.
Yeah, sure.
I wouldn't worry too much about the IceHogs. AHL seasons from a guy that covered the AHL for 4 or 5 seasons, it is such a roller coaster of a season. A team will look like absolute garbage for 2 weeks, and then all of a sudden they'll go on a 7-game heater, and got teams in the division go up and down because the rosters are currently changing. And Rockford might be losing another guy or 2 here. We can get into Craig Smith. Something's not going right with him. He didn't play much of the second half of the game. I don't think he played at all.
He did not play in the third.
So do you make a call up?
Yes.
I mean,
I do it if he's healthy.
You can call Frank Nazar up if you want. Get him on a red eye so he can make practice tomorrow. And get him in the game Friday, or if you want to save that and call up Colton Dock, Landon Slaggert,
bring them both.
Get them up. Yeah, sure.
Send Joey Anderson. Bring all 3.
Send Joey Anderson down. Why not? I mean, so we'll see. That's going to be an interesting thing going forward. See what Smith, his condition is. I haven't seen any quotes come through.
No updates yet.
We do have a quote from Anders. He's talking now. This via Ben Pope says, quote, the mental lapses we had in there in the second and in the third, that's something we've got to clean up. Once Drew came in, guys started playing with some pace and showed some good flashes of things, but it's not good enough. It's got to be more consistent. That is fair.
Sounds familiar.
Yeah, that's a fair assessment of the game. Yeah.
Has to be more consistent. That's true. That first period was awesome. And it just couldn't continue that into the second, into the third, and it's the story of the season. They can't string together 20-minute chunks of hockey that are positive performances. And you have laps in the third period, and that's it. A 3-goal third period comeback is, falls short.
Another note from Ben Pope, by the way, the Blackhawks had a 28-13 advantage in 5-on-5 scoring chances tonight. That's their best performance of the season.
And they lost.
Yeah.
That's why.
Of course they did.
That's why you get frustrated.
Yeah.
Because this is a game you should have won. A couple more saves, a couple more clears, you win this game. I'm sorry. I want this team to win games.
No, I don't think anything that you're saying. I know some people said you're being negative. I don't see that. I think what you're saying is accurate. Like
win a hockey game.
It does have to be like moral victories. You ran out of time for moral victories.
We were told in Utah that we weren't doing moral victories anymore.
Right.
So I'm just going by what they told me.
Right. And you shouldn't. And Kyle Davidson, by firing the head coach, was not satisfied with moral victories either. He wasn't saying, like, wow, look how many empty netters we've allowed. Look how many games we were within a goal on. No, that's not good enough. And Anders Sorensen said it at the end of this game. It was not good enough. So, yeah, there were
a couple moments they flashed Sorensen behind the bench, and he was getting pissed.
Yeah.
Definitely showing more emotion. You could tell when Luke was getting mad, but he tried to be stoic and not lose his composure. It looked like Sorensen had loosened the tie and was starting to be like
wrapped it around Philip Kurser's neck, tightened it a little bit. Yeah, I do think the conversation does kind of go there, and again, whether Craig Smith is healthy or not, if Smith is going to miss some time, and we hope he doesn't because he's been super effective, but it does give them a very easy opportunity.
Well,
to call up Nazar.
There's your excuse, air quotes, to make the move,
right,
out of necessity. So, that's why Rockford is there.
Yeah, and kind of to your point too on them not doing well since Sorensen left. You're not always trying to win the Calder Trophy when you're developing, right? Like there are those AHL teams that are, like Hershey, that are like the Wolves that are just trying to win it every year. The Hawks are more like, they want to win games, they want to be competitive, but the most important thing is that these young guys that matter, the trajectory is more often up than down.
And you have a team full of first-year pros. Levshunov, 19.
First and second,
this is Sammy Savoie's first pro year. Gavin Hayes, Paul Lewinsky, all first-year pros. Landon Slaggert, Frank Nazar, first-year pros. Yeah, they got a little bit of the NHL last year, but this is their first full season.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to have peaks and valleys with a team like that. What you want, sure, you would love the IceHogs to make the playoffs and make a run.
Yeah.
But the main goal is all those guys I just mentioned, all those draft picks that are playing down there, you want them to be better players at the end of the season than they were at the beginning of the season. That's the main objective in Rockford right now. Wins are bonuses.
100%. So when we talk about Nazar and Doc, and we've been doing it for a long time, and I know, I just wonder, how is it going to hurt the team? You're bringing in two talented young players that, honestly, is Colton Doc going to come up here and be less effective than Philip Kurashev? I can't even fathom that.
I don't even know if that's possible for anybody to be less effective than a guy that's completely ineffective.
Yeah, what's Kurashev finished this game -2, 2 shots on goal, 4 shot attempts. That's the most active game he's had in probably 2 weeks. And I know he had one shot where he kind of weaved his way into the net late in the game and it was saved. I was in the third. He had a shot on goal. The other one I don't really remember. Maybe I know he had a chance where Bedard set him up pretty nicely, but I don't think he got a shot off. I'm just ready to see something different. And I think that Nazar and or Doc and Slaggert, or Nazar and Slaggert, however you want to shake it out, the worst case scenario is this team is the same. I don't see how they downgrade by adding those guys.
No, I don't think they do. I think I think you have to bring in some sort of player personnel change. You got to change up the chemistry of the 18 guys that you dress each night. And I think you've already cleared Joey Anderson through waivers. He's free to go to Rockford and at any point in the next 4 weeks. If Craig Smith is going to be out for a little bit of time, that's 2 roster spots that you can fill. with 1 or 2 call-ups. And yeah, if you want to make a switch with Kurashev or I don't know, maybe Tavo sits a game or something. Like he hasn't looked wonderful.
He looks like he can't wait to pass.
Yeah, I don't know.
Tavo 1730, 1 shot attempt.
Yeah, I don't know what's up with him. It's just like something hasn't clicked with him this season. So yeah, I mean, I think we're at the point where it's just like something has to like there needs to continue to shake things up and change things. And you bring in a guy like Colton Dach, bring in a guy like Frank Nazar. Those are guys that are playing well, producing in Rockford. They've got good momentum going this season. I'd imagine that would bring in some sort of vibe change in the locker room. 2 young guys coming in with a good mentality. I know a lot of people are like, oh, they're going to come into a bad locker room and get used to losing.
The locker room's not bad.
Like, I don't think the locker room is that bad. And I also think
they're
that
losing a lot in Rockford. So,
well, sure. If they're losing in Rockford, they're losing in Chicago, wherever. But those are 2 guys that seem like they're pretty, confident in themselves and would be hard to shake.
and they're familiar with the 2-1-2.
All right, we got to hit the break zone. So let's do that real quick. We'll be back here in a moment on CHGO Blackhawks. And I want to remind you that VeriLife cannabis stores are your top destination for the best product selection, featuring all your favorite brands at unbeatable prices. Their award-winning lineup of Matter products. Matter offers a curated line of premium flower strains and infused gummies crafted to deliver consistent quality and distinctive effects for every preference. Magnitude distillate vapes deliver power in every pull, combining high potency with smooth, flavorful hits for an elevated experience. All of these products and more can be found at any one of the 8 VeriLife locations across Illinois, or you can browse ahead and order at verilife.com. If you place your order online, you can still redeem that code CHGO25 at pickup to receive the discount. So mention code CHGO25 in store and receive 25% off one of those amazing products today. That is at verilife.com.
And hey, tonight we had 9 goals in this game. So let's talk about goals for a minute. How are you tracking with the ones that you set for your business earlier this year? Are you close? If not, do you know why you haven't hit them yet? You have year-end goals, and Constant Contact has what it takes to help you meet them faster. No matter how experienced you are with digital marketing, Constant Contact has the tools to make your marketing run smoother. Sell more, raise more, and build more genuine relationships with your audience with Constant Contact's suite of digital marketing tools, all made to fast-track your success. You no longer need to struggle with expensive, slow, and unmeasurable approaches to marketing your business. Join the thousands of businesses and millions of people who trust Constant Contact with their marketing success. It's time to put the go in your 2024 business goals with email, social, SMS, and customized marketing campaigns built for you in just a few clicks. Ready, set, go to ConstantContact.com/allcity and start your free trial today. Again, ConstantContact.com/allcity and get your free trial started.
All right. If you haven't done it yet, please do us a favor and hit that like button for us and make sure you're subscribed to the YouTube page. And again, if you're listening on the podcast, be sure you're following or subscribed and turn those notifications on so you know exactly when new episodes drop. A lot of the conversation in the chat is about, Nazar, Doc, Slaggert, and people are saying
Drones.
It's what?
Drones.
The drone conversation. That's a whole other thing.
There's been a lot of drone conversation.
Well, there's a lot. Well, don't get me in we're not going to do this. It's a post-game show. The off-day show, I'll share my theories. Anyway, the point remains, what is maybe if you call up Nazar and put him in for Anderson, or if Smith is injured, you're going to have a drop-off defensively. Sure. Fine. I accept that, right?
Whatever.
But the advantage you're gaining offensively is significant there.
Yep.
I don't think there's much of a drop-off defensively between Colton Dach and Philip Kurashev, or Landon Slaggert and Philip
Not the way
Kurashev.
Kurashev's playing now. No.
It's I don't know. It feels like it sounds like Nazar's close anyway, based on if you're reading the tea leaves.
Yeah.
But I think, like we've said, this Craig Smith situation gives them a real nice opportunity to do it right now.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see if there's anything more to it over the next day or two. But yeah, I mean, this team is starving for goals. Tonight's game was the 10th time that they have scored 3 goals or more this season, and only the 3rd time that they've lost a game in which they have scored 3 goals or more this season. Like, that's not a lot of goal. We're just talking about goals with constant contact. The Blackhawks are not reaching theirs on a regular basis. They're not reaching 3 per game on a regular basis, which I mean, going into this season, I think, we talked about, like, where are the goals coming from? If all these guys hit their career average or likely projection average, they would still rank 29th in the league in goals for the team. So you still need to have that offensive pop going. And great to see Tyler Bertuzzi over the last few games under Anders Sorensen seem a little bit more energized, a little bit more engaged. Got 2 goals tonight, had the goal against the Rangers as well. Like, good to see that. Good to see Taylor Hall getting back, consistently involved in the offense. Good to see Connor Bedard is still Connor Bedard. Didn't have to worry about that for too long. So that's good. Bring in a guy like Colton Dach or Landon Slaggert, like, not necessarily like goal scorers, but those are guys that bring high energy, high engagement, are on the forecheck, and I think fit well into a 2-1-2 system. And Frank Nazar is an offensive guy. He's been at the AHL level. He's been able to do it on the power play at 5-on-5. You bring him in and you put him with guys that are expected to produce. Namely, I think you give him an opportunity with Bedard. If you're giving Phil Kurashev an opportunity with Bedard, why not give it to Frank Nazar if and when he gets up here, and try and score more? Like tonight, the way that they got to 5-4 was frustrating. But if you had said they're going to lose 5-4 tonight, I'd have been like, all right, well, at least it'll be a little bit exciting. At least they scored some goals.
Right.
Like, and that's what we said in the pregame. Like, if you're going to lose a game no matter what, I'd rather them lose 5-4, 6-4, whatever, high-scoring games than look bad in a 1-0 loss, look incompetent in a 2-1, 3-1 loss. Like, you want to get those guys some opportunities to produce offensively. And Nazar's a guy that, like you said, at the very least, the very worst, they look the same. At the best, you have some more offensive firepower, which this team desperately needs.
Yeah.
So I don't see any negatives behind going for it, and you have all the opportunities to do it. So whether it's Saturday's game or it's after the back-to-back weekend set, it just feels like it's going to happen. And you got Elliot Friedman and Emily Kaplan talking about it. Like, once it's at that level, it's well beyond just speculation.
Yeah.
Like, this is something that you piece it all together and you're just like, yes, it's going to happen eventually. And I'm kind of sick of waiting on it. Like, it's like, let's just see it. Let's see it happen.
Right.
Let's get it. Let's get something going here.
I think we are all ready for that.
Yeah.
I think it's beyond time. We talked a little bit about Kevin Korchinski in this one. Didn't quite stand out as much offensively as he did in the last game. Finished a -1. Credit with 3 shot attempts, 1 hit, 2 block shots, 17:52 of ice time, as I mentioned. Had that chance in the third where he was alone in front.
So close.
Threw up a backhander. Kind of a slick move considering how quickly it came to be. Like, the puck kind of found its way on a stick. He's right in front of Sorokin and gets a backhand shot off, just shoots it right over the crossbar. And you sort of saw him like frustrated that he didn't bury it.
He knew he missed it just by that
But
much.
just getting that opportunity, being in the space and having the confidence put off, and even being there in the first place, right in front of Sorokin that's the sort of offensive confidence you want to see from him.
I forget the trio that set it up. I know Korchinski obviously was one of them. But it was a really good like cycle and like rotation of the three guys on the play. Korchinski started it up high at the blue line, laid it off, cycled around. The next guy got it, kind of did the same thing, laid it off, and then the pass came from the blue line directly to the front of the net, and Korchinski was right there for it. Like, it was just like a really good read by all three of them, and Korchinski to follow the play, follow the read into the front of the net, and be there for an opportunity. It's something that, I mean, with Luke Richardson, like, you never really saw defensemen activated that much to have free reign to be like, go to the front of that and try and make something happen. Be there for a rebound or be there for a shot opportunity or something like that. So it was a really good read, good to see. And again, like that's something that I feel like this system is activating the defenseman a lot more. And it's a good heady play by Korchinski. Still a young guy, still figuring things out, but good to see him in his second game have a play like that and have an opportunity like that.
Yes, I agree with all of that.
All right.
There's nothing to add to any of that.
There was also a point, I think it was I'm trying to think, they were going right to left, so it'd be the first period, where he was like the first guy into the offensive zone, kind of going down center ice, like leading a rush. That was something to see. It's good. He's playing with confidence.
I think it's also has to do with the familiarity of playing for Anders Sorensen.
Yeah.
What Sorensen's wanted to do all season in Rockford, so nothing's changed. It's not like he was coming from Rockford and then had to, come and play in Luke Richardson's system, where he's, okay, I got a defense first. Comes up here, he's going to play the same style, that exact same style he was playing in Rockford. And that's, it serves him well to play like that. And that was a fun play to see where, just who would have thought, if he gets that puck a half an inch lower, that game's going to overtime. At the time, you're kind of like, oh, nuts. And then you're like, oh, lost by a goal.
Yeah. It's something I'd like to investigate when they get back in town and we get some locker room access. It just feels like there's a comfortability with Anders. I know with the young players, of course, because they've known him for years, they played in his system. He's been, tasked with their development. So they're going to have a closer and different relationship than they have with Luke. But even like the way Anders is talking about his connection with Connor Bedard, how they talk about hockey, they kind of bond over it. Anders is willing to let Bedard sort of bounce ideas off him because Bedard has said it since the day we've gotten to talk to him for the first time. He's a hockey geek. He watches it. He consumes it. And if you watch every shift and if you watch Road to the Winter Classic, he's always on the ice talking to guys like, you go here, I'm going to try this, stay behind, I'll drop it to you, whatever. He's kind of X's and O'ing it in his head as he plays, and he thinks the game at a high level, and I'm not comparing him to Wayne Gretzky yet, but that's what made... When you ask Wayne Gretzky why he was so great, it's because he said, I knew where the play was going before it got there. I knew where to be before it happened because I just saw the game a different way, almost like the Matrix, for Wayne Gretzky to just see it at a higher level than other guys. And I think Connor Bedard, to an extent, has that ability too, where he studies the game and plays the game so much that he's always sort of visualizing what's going to happen next. And when his teammates catch up with him, and again, some of these young players come and join him, we'll see more of it. But I do think I want to get to see the difference between the level of communication between Luke and Anders, not only with these young guys, but with some of the veterans too.
Well, Sorensen even said that yesterday after practice. Yes, yesterday after practice, talking about Bedard, and he says, he watches a lot of hockey. I watch a lot of hockey.
Yeah.
Like, we've already sat down and talked about some things, and we're going to continue a lot of those conversations because he pointed out he sees the game differently than most players. And, and Sorensen also alluded to, like, the players see things on the ice that the coaches don't. So they need to have that communication. They need to, that Sorensen realizes that. Again, we're not in the room for meetings. Did Richardson, lean into that a little? I don't know. But the demeanor that Connor Bedard's had the last 3 games tells me probably not.
Yeah, I mean, I would say, and maybe they've just been talked to the most, but the 2 guys that seem the most pleased with the change have been the 2 players with the biggest, most noticeable jumps in their play, Connor Bedard and Taylor Hall.
2 offensive players.
Correct. I don't think that's a coincidence by any means. Okay, one more break zone to hit, and then we will come back and wrap up the show. We got to do Who's Your Hawk? We've got to do 4-star. We got to tell you about our top shelf takeover because we've got some breaking news on that. So stick around. We'll be back in a second on the CHGO Blackhawks podcast. Sorry. Last cough, I hope. So between work, social media, and all the crazy crap that happens in life, and maybe if you watched the pregame, you could hear Matt Peck screaming from the other room. He came into the chat and apologized. Matt, don't apologize.
Don't ever apologize for being yourself, my friend.
Yeah, man, be you. We love you for that. That's
if
what makes you Matt
screaming
Peck.
during a random bull show, we would be worried about.
We would be
you.
concerned. Correct.
Just
Well,
keep
he
an eye
was
on that blood
screaming.
pressure.
And I think I saw him after the show crack open a Coors Light because when you need to choose chill, and our buddy Matt Peck certainly needed to do that today, you reach for a Coors Light. It's mountain cold refreshment after all. Ah, yeah. Listen to that. That sounds.
We actually recorded that after he finished the show.
That sounds cold. And when those mountains turn blue, it's as cold as the Rockies. So get yourself some Coors Light right now. Go to Instacart via CoorsLight.com/CHGO Hockey. That's the way you do it. It'll be there in a few moments so you can celebrate responsibly right from your couch and enjoy Coors Light. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. And thank you, Test My Tickles, for saying I look very good tonight. I do like this hoodie. My daughter got me this for my birthday.
Is that Hope's burner account?
No, she would be the last person to say I look good tonight. I promise you that.
That's a good one.
She's seen it all.
See, that goes in the Hall of Fame of.
It's
You-
not
you
like
read it.
Diaper Don and the Poo Poo
Diarrhea-
Gang.
It's not Diarrhea Dan and the
Diarrhea
Poo Poo
Dan.
Gang, but it's pretty good.
That's a first ballot Hall of Fame.
Oh
right
yeah.
there.
A one-show appearance by Diarrhea Dan.
One
and the Poo Poo
comment
Gang.
and
yes,
hey,
That's all you need.
one and done.
He will live on forever.
in our hearts and in our minds.
Oh yeah.
All right, so here's the update
Hey
on
now,
our top
hold
shelf
on,
takeover.
hold on. I got to
What?
tell you guys about ComEd. Did you
Oh,
know that they
damn.
can help businesses
Jumped
save
the gun.
money
Yeah.
by becoming more energy efficient?
Yes, I
did
do
not
this.
know that. I
Greg,
did not know that.
Come on.
Come on, Greg.
I don't care.
Why
enough to? Wait, I don't care. I'm already saving.
I'm gonna
money.
make you care.
I'm already saving money on my energy, so that's why I keep.
Well, do you own a business?
I don't.
Well, business owners
God.
need to be more energy efficient, and the ComEd Energy Efficiency Program can help them do that and find up to 35% in energy savings. What do you think about that, Greg?
I think that is amazing, and thank you, ComEd, for providing such a service. How does a business
Yeah, you care now.
partake?
You just got to sign up for a free facility assessment at comed.com/biz.
Then why the heck aren't these lazy businesses doing that?
I don't know. Maybe they forgot the website.
Maybe that special one, comed.com/biz.
Yep.
Comed.com/biz.
Biz.
Biz.
B-I-Z, comed.com/biz. That's the one. Terms and conditions do apply. Offers are subject to change. Actual savings will vary by customers' energy usage and rate. The ComEd Energy Efficiency Program is funded in compliance with state law.
Okay.
I need to be more energy efficient in my home.
Can I go now?
I'm telling you guys about that. Yeah, Jay, tell us
Thank
about all
you.
your news and stuff.
All right, top shelf takeover, January 20th. Chicago versus Carolina. I don't know if I can say the actual team names in these, so I'll try not to. You know who they are.
City versus
It's not Bill
region.
Belichick's Carolina. It's the hockey Carolina. One ticket left.
someone bought a
Uno.
solo.
Yes, someone bought a solo.
right.
Thomas was the guy looking the other way. Did you get your ticket?
Yeah,
ticket, Thomas?
that's it. Thomas was the guy. Hopefully,
Yes.
Thomas got his tickets.
Well, he's asking about if there will be bacon.
I don't know if Charlie bought tickets, but we can secure some bacon for the takeover.
I
we
mean,
can do that.
it's a suite. We could ask the United Center
Yeah.
and say,
Oh
"Hey,
no, we
can
don't
you,
want that.
Can you give us some bacon?"
We don't want that second-rate bacon.
Mm.
We don't want communal bacon. We want craft bacon. Anyway, get that last ticket. Now is your chance. AllCHGO.com. That's the place to do it. Navigate over to our events page. If you are not a diehard, guess what? A diehard membership costs $80. You know how much money you're going to save on the ticket if you're a diehard? $80.
I like that math.
It sounds like you should become a diehard, then buy your ticket.
Mm-hmm.
So jump on that quick. If you're watching on YouTube, you can scan that QR code. It'll take you right to the sign-up page. Or you can go to allchgo.com, navigate over to the diehard tab, and do it there. But after you do that,
it does work.
there you go. Come on over, join the diehards, and then join us in the suite January 20th. It's going to be a lot of fun. Different from our standard takeovers because we'll get to actually like hang out, talk during intermission instead of just wave at each other when goals are scored.
Food and drinks already paid for. That's awesome.
Yes, you're going to get a signed Alex Vlasic puck.
That's fun.
You're going to get a CHGO Blackhawks t-shirt. More swag. It's going to be awesome. Do it. We can't wait to see you. Can't wait for this event. I am really looking forward to this one. So
if you are single and want to go to this game,
want to mingle,
it works out in your favor because there is just one ticket left.
yes. And Thomas,
you can meet Thomas, who is another single, if you'd like.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Come meet Thomas.
Perfectly. See a hockey game, and the world is your oyster.
That's right. By the way, our buddy Jake Flanagan, our fearless leader,
buddy,
went to see Smashing Pumpkins alone tonight because a friend bailed on him last moment.
I mean, I'd still go.
Playing.
I like going to shows by myself.
Oh yeah, that's
It's the best. You don't
It's
have
so
to worry
fun.
about like upsetting your whoever came with you or
Right.
like, oh, are we staying too long?
Nobody interrupts you during your favorite song.
Yeah, I can go. I can go
during the encore.
when I go to shows with my wife. Like she won't go to the front, and when I'm by myself, I just go wherever I want. It's amazing.
Nate, I just realized your hat has a mouse on it.
It's a rat, actually.
Oh, a rat.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, it's a rat.
Is there a story?
You heard of the Walkmen? Remember the Walkmen, the band?
I used to have a Walkman.
Yeah, they had a song called "The Rat." It's basically that.
Okay.
It's a rat hat.
Nice.
Cool.
To wear it to a Florida Panthers game.
Last year, people thought it was the sidewalk rat, but it was not.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, wrong shape.
In solidarity.
Rat hole.
Yeah.
RIP.
All right.
Anyways.
Get that last ticket. We'd love to have you at the Top Shelf Takeover. All right, we got what do we got? Yeah, we got about 8 minutes left. So why don't we get to our segments here? The 4-star nominees again were Connor Bedard and Alex Vlasic. I am going to be shocked if it's not Bedard.
I think it's Bedard.
Yes, it is.
Yeah,
Connor Bedard is the 4-star. A goal, 2 assists, +2. And boy, if you have not seen the goal somehow, well,
Skate left, shoot
it's understandable. Go find it on social media because it was pretty sick, as the kids say.
Very good. Very good shot.
It's the kind of goal that might open the floodgates for young Mr. Bedard.
It'd be nice.
Yeah,
Kinda
3-point
goal where
night
he's-
is helpful too.
Yeah.
The kind of goal where you go, oh yeah, that's right. I'm pretty good at this. I'm just going to play instinctual hockey and score goals. That's the kind of goal we've been looking to see for a while. And hopefully it gets him to go on a nice little streak here.
Yeah, it'd be nice. I mean, he got the goal. It's one of those shots that like separates him from, the rest of the the group in the NHL. And you saw a little bit of that confidence after the goal. He's staring down randos in the crowd, and like same kind of stuff that we saw last year when he pulled off I think it was the goal against Bobrovsky, where he kind of did that like look off play.
Kevin Stenlund.
Yeah,
Poor bastard.
Stripped him of the puck and then did the like look off shot, and then stared down some of the fans in Florida. Like getting Connor Bedard back into his like FU confidence, like that's going to be great for this team.
Speaking of Connor Bedard, before we get to Who's Your Hawk, a little source sent me something fun today. Here are the sticks Connor Bedard will be using in the Winter Classic. These are his Sherwoods. Right now you're looking at the shaft area.
Oh, okay.
So to speak. Here's another shaft pick. How am I supposed to do this?
Oh, you've ruined this.
Now this
Let's restart.
I don't know.
Because we might want to make
what it is.
We might want to like clip this. Can we restart and like
that's what's on the screen.
For those of you listening to our audio only version,
it is the shaft of a hockey stick. That is what it is called scientifically. Nate, go back one more if you can.
These are really cool designs.
This is the money
his
shot
hockey
of the
stick.
shaft. is the
Jesus.
Chicago star shape on the map of Chicago. These are sick. And you made a good point, Greg. There's a lot of reflective sticks in the NHL. This
Yeah.
is like what do you call it? Like iridescent reflection.
Sure.
How's it going to work in an outdoor game?
It might be a little too shiny.
Kind of might be like wing wing, like blinding the goalie.
Honestly, yeah.
Yeah.
If it's a sunny day, like that's gonna.
Well, no, I don't
Might
think the
mess
sun's
up.
going to be a problem. With a 4 o'clock puck drop, sun sets at like 4:30-ish. So
I guess, yeah.
might not be in it, but those
That's
bright
true.
Wrigley Field LED lights they got these days might
Yeah,
cause some issues.
the
but-
tinted visors and the eye black are going to be more than just decorative. I feel
Yeah,
like for some of
those
those guys.
Sherwoods are really
That's
cool
really-
though.
It's really cool to have that touch on it with the the map and the star be like the location of Wrigley Field and everything. Like it's really cool to see that.
I'll throw these up on the CHGO Blackhawks Blue Sky and Twitter, so you guys, if you're just listening to the audio, you can see them. But thanks to one of our loyal listeners for sending that along. We appreciate that big time.
Pretty cool.
First look, and I think only look we've seen of those. I have to confirm that it's okay with them that I share the pictures online. But once I get that
Well, you already
confirmation,
did.
well, they shared them via DM.
All right. Well, they're
That's
on
where
our
most-
show.
That's where I always send my shaft pics.
Yes, you're right.
Wait.
That's a good idea. All right, let's get to Who's Your Hawk and go home.
Thank God. Thank God there's not a CHGO Blackhawks out of content.
Oh, there will be.
Oh, there might be one made
Oh,
tonight.
there will be. All right.
I'm just going to take my chain.
Yeah,
Who is-
I just left it right on your table
was
because we
your
knew
Hawk?
what was happening.
Connor Bedard was the Hawk tonight.
I'm glad I had Connor Bedard picked the night he finally had a bust-out game. 'Cause, I'm right back in the ball game, baby.
Hey, look
In
at
the
that.
second place. And
I
now,
predicted it before the game.
Never out of the race.
And now only 6 points behind Mario.
That's okay.
Yeah, good night for Connor Bedard. 12 points. Alex Vlasic had 5. Taylor Hall, with that late assist, got Jay 4.5 points. So I thought I was going to have a shot to take the lead, and then Vlasic
close.
had the goal and Hall had the assists quickly there. But
Yeah.
I'll take it. That's a nice night.
That
for
garbage
me.
time goal helped me out.
But yeah,
Keep that cushion.
Jay, you get to pick first next game.
Bedard.
All right,
there you
it
go.
is. Lock it in.
So that was fun.
I will pick Nazar.
Ooh.
All right. Well, I'm going to lock you in, and if he's not in the lineup, you're screwed.
Lock him in. Make the graphic now, Nate.
Oh well.
Who
All
says
right.
it's not already made?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. All right. Well, back, we're off tomorrow.
Yes.
Off tomorrow.
Back Saturday.
Hawks practice tomorrow.
Yes. Not here.
Yes, it'll be an 11:30 pregame show on Saturday.
Oof.
It's a 12 o'clock game.
Ooh,
Gotta get some brunch up in here.
Yeah.
Brunch.
Hawks and Devils.
Some bacon.
Could be a long day.
Eggs.
It's okay.
mimosas.
We're going to get through it.
Good stuff.
And then back at it Sunday. So, yeah, 11:30 pregame on Saturday. Hope you'll be here with us. We'd appreciate that. And again, one final reminder, because by the next time we talk to you, it'll probably be gone. One more ticket for our Top Shelf Takeover on January 20th, Hawks and Hurricanes. There, I said it. Now you know which teams are playing.
Oh boy.
Just got canceled.
Well, I
thought
said
it was-
Shaft 15
Wait,
times.
I thought we were going to Bears Panthers.
No one wants to go to that. That would be awful.
The battle for
Um,
first overall, I thought.
So get that
That
last
last year.
remaining ticket. AllCHGO.com is the place to go, is the place to get it, and become a diehard. Because basically, that $80 you save on a ticket, that's the cost of a membership. And you'll get a free shirt along the way just for becoming a diehard,
Or
and
hat.
another free shirt for attending the event, and a signed puck from Alex Vlasic. So do it up.
More stuff than you can shake a stick at.
That's right.
Or shake a Sherwood stick at.
Yes. All right. We're just going to end the show now because we probably should. All right. We'll talk to everybody Saturday morning, bright and early, on the CHGO Blackhawks podcast.
But
Hey,
first,
did you guys know?
We all silly like the mayor.